ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له واشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسل الله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا يا أيها الذين آمنوا واتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا واتقوا الله قولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار اللهم أجرني من النار وادخلني الجنة اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عني آمين. All praises be to Allah. All praises be to Allah. We seek Allah's refuge in Allah's mercy. We seek refuge with Allah from the evils we do. We seek refuge with Allah from the evils we commit. We seek refuge with Allah from the evils we commit. Whomsoever Allah guides, no one can run them in astray. And whomsoever Allah leaves alone, no one can guide them. I bear witness, we bear witness, there is no deity to worship other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we bear witness that Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the seal of prophethood, the last prophet and the last messenger. O you who believed, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should be feared, and do not die until you have completely submitted to the will of Allah. May Allah make us understand. Ameen. Ameen. O mankind, O the mankind, fear the Lord. Verily the Lord has created Adam, and from Adam, Hawa, and from them, generation after generation after generation. Fear the Lord, and do not break your kinship. May Allah give us the tawfiq to maintain the blood relation until we die. Say Ameen. O you who believed, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and speak the truth. Allah will guide you and Allah will forgive your sin. Whoever listens to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and follows the guidance of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for surely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make them victors. May Allah make us amongst them. Say Ameen. Indeed, the speech of Allah is the best Al-Quran, and the guidance of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the best hadith. But the worst of the matters are those innovated by the people. Any innovation is a bidah. Any bidah will take you to astray, and any matter in astray will ultimately end in hellfire. May Allah save us from the hellfire and get us Jannah. Ameen. Another Friday, my brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted for each and every one of you who is present in here. It is a great blessing. Say, Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. In the next few minutes, my brothers and sisters, I'm going to talk about a topic about Imam Mahdi. Imam Mahdi. Imam means the leader. Mahdi, the word Mahdi comes from Hidayah, Huda, guidance. And the scholars define Mahdi is the differentiation between the good and the evil. About Imam Mahdi, Al-Quran, either directly or indirectly, doesn't talk about it. But the hadith, of course, talks about it. We believer, we need both Al-Quran and the hadith, both. Consider a bird is flying in the sky. The bird needs two wings, Quran and hadith. We need both. If we do not understand, if we do not study the hadith and seerah and the tafsir, we will not understand the text. That is the Al-Quran. In Quran it says, let's pick an ayat. قَدْ سَمِعَ اللَّهُ قَوْلَ الَّتِي تُجَادِلُكَ فِي زَوْجِهَا وَتَسْتَكِيلَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ يَسْمَعُ تَهَاوُرَكُمَا إِنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ بَصِيرٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying is Al-Quran. The lady came and complained. Many things here. But which lady? From where? Who is the husband? What is the complaint? All details we come to know from the seerah, from the hadith, from the tafsir. Then we understand the text Al-Quran. what we need. So about Imam Mahdi, Al-Quran doesn't talk, either directly or indirectly. But Hadith book, they talk. And again, another very interesting thing, that in Bukhari and Muslim, the best book, the most famous book of Hadith is Bukhari, then Sahih Muslim. These two books, they do not talk about Imam Mahdi, but rather they talk Imam. And there are not many hadith, like you will find maybe 100, more than 100, but exactly there are 12 Hasan hadith about Imam Mahdi, narrated by 30 different companions. So it comes to around 20-22 hadith. But the matn, hadith have different portion. It has the isnad and the matn, the chain of the narrator and the matn. I want to explain, inshallah. Let's take the opportunity. How to study hadith. Sometimes people will get confused. Reading the text of the hadith, it's the same. But the scholars, they define it's different. Why? Because sometimes, say for example, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he said, if a Muslim gives you salam, assalamu alaikum, in return you say, wa alaikum assalam. So it is narrated by, the isnad comes from the Abu Hurairah, narrated from Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If this hadith is narrated by another companion, the scholars, they consider it's a different hadith. But the matn, the text is the same. So that is why 12 hadith about Imam Mahdi, it became 20 plus hadith. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, I'll come to Bukhari and Muslim later, Sunan Abi Dawud, in this book, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, Al-Mahdiyu minni, Mahdi is from me. Who will have, in Sunan Abi Dawud mentions, who will have the same name like mine, Muhammad, and he will have the same father's name like my father's name, Abdullah, Muhammad ibn Abdullah. And his forehead will be very large and he will have an aquiline nose. In one night, Ibn Majah narrates that one night he will be purified. In the night, he will go like a regular Muslim like you and me. But overnight, in the morning, when he'll wake up, he will be full of Iman. This is Ibn Majah narrates. And Sunan Abi Dawud again more narrates that Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned that he will have Al-Mahdiyu minni, same name like mine and like my father's name. And he will be from my progeny, from Fatima. In another statement, in Sunan Abi Dawud, statement by Ali bin Abi Talib, he mentioned that Imam Mahdi will be from my progeny, not from Hussein, but from Hassan, the oldest son, 11 months older than Hussein. He will be from there. So these are the hadiths. It's not a chronology, so there will be no sequence. So sometimes you'll feel like these are sequence, it's not sequence. So bits and pieces from here and there. But all the hadiths I'm trying to explain, inshallah. But these are the main. If you see more than this, whatever, they are not, because hadith are different categories. Hasan hadith, Sahih hadith, Hasan, Daif, and Maud. Daif is weak and Maud is fabricated. We don't take. We only take the Sahih and the Hasan hadith. In the book of, coming back to the hadith of Imam Mahdi, in the book of Imam Ahmed mentions that during the end of the time, there will be three princes of three kings. They will be fighting over each other to take the charge of the Kaaba area. But no one will be able to defeat one another. No one will be able to defeat one another. But a group from Khorasan with a black banner, they will come and they will charge, take care of the matter. Ibn Taymiyyah mentions that a group of people from the Khorasan with a black banner, they will come and they will face some battle, but they will win each and every battle until they come at Bait al-Maqsid and peg their flag. So at that time, when this happens, that is the time Imam Mahdi will come. In Sunan Abi Dawud, narrated by Salama, that Imam Mahdi will be born in Medina and he will be raised there. And after he is getting to his adulthood, one day something will happen. Something will happen. Seeing that something good will happen, he will do something good. At that time, the ruler of Medina will be threatened by his good deed. They will be threatened. Maybe he will take care of the charge of the government. So they will try to attack him, Imam Mahdi. Then he will flee Medina. All the way he will come to Makkah. Because as a believer, he knows, وَمَنْ دَخَلَهُ كَانَ أَمِينًا. When he enters Makkah, his matter is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he enters in Makkah, Sunan Abi Dawud, Salama is narrating that people will catch him and forcefully will give him oath of allegiance in his hand. But he will reject in the beginning. But later, he will take it, he will accept it. Where? Between the Maqam Ibrahim and Hajar Aswad, in that small little place. He will be given the oath of allegiance. And in the hadith, in Sahih Muslim and Bukhari, this one is from Bukhari. One day, narrated by Sayyidina Aisha, radiyallahu anha, radwan, she narrates that I saw Rasulullah one day sleeping. All of a sudden, his sleep is broken and he's terrified. And Rasulullah narrated to Aisha, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said that I saw one of my groups from my ummah, they are coming to Kaaba to attack Kaaba. But before they reach the Kaaba area, when they will reach next to a place called Al-Ajjad, Al-Ba'ida, next to Al-Ajjad there is a hospital there, and they will come to Al-Ba'ida, and when they will reach Al-Ba'ida, the earth will swallow them up. Metaphorically, that is, earth will swallow, because they will be defeated. Another group, that is, again, it is narrated in the book of Imam Ahmed, that the group of people from Khurasan with a black banner, they will come and they will fight one after another. They will come and they defeat those people who were supposed to act, who were about to attack the Kaaba, and they will take care of the matter. And they will come all the way to Baitul Maqsid, Al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa. They will come there and plague the flag post. Another hadith in Sahih Muslim narrates that. My brothers and sisters, so it's not a chronology, so it's all bits and pieces, but these are all the hadith about Imam Mahdi. As a believer, we should know our history. So if we know our spirituality, of course it will go high, inshallah. In Sahih Muslim, it mentions that, all the believers, what will be your status when you see in Sahih Muslim, when you see your Imam is about to start the Salah of Fajr in Sahih Muslim. It's because it's Imam. It doesn't say Imam Mahdi. Your Imam is about to start the prayer, Azan is given and Iqama is given. What will be your status, O the believers? When you look up into the sky, you see Isa ibn Maryam is descending from the heaven, leaning onto the wings of two angels. And he will descend where? The Masjid of Damascus, Masjid, Umayyad Masjid of Damascus. And there he will descend, and then your Imam will offer Isa ibn Maryam to lead the prayer. But Isa ibn Maryam, he will say, Iqama is given for you. You lead the prayer, I'll pray behind. This is one dignity Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept for all of us, the Ummah of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is in Sahih Muslim. My brothers and sisters, in Hadith, how the scripture, the Hadith were all collected and compiled in Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. Why? I'll tell you a little bit about it. Al-Quran, Muslim, the book Al-Quran, unique status. The isnad of Al-Quran, straight, Allah gives the speech. It comes to Allah al-Mahfuz. And from there, at the decree of Allah, from time to time, Jibril is coming and bringing all the wahi, revelation, ayat of Al-Quran to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Except the two. Surah Baqarah 285 and 286. Amana Rasul and La yukallifu lahu nafsan. These two ayat. So Al-Quran is very unique status. Absolutely. Allah Azza wa Jal, in the hadith, narrated by Abdullah ibn Abbas, that on the night of Qadr, most probably it's 27th of Ramadan, that Allah gave the speech, the Al-Quran, the whole of Al-Quran, for the whole of mankind. Sometimes people ask, is the Quran revealed on the 27th of night? That's it? No. It was revealed for the whole of mankind, the whole Al-Quran, to allow him mahfuz, not to dunya, not to the whole. Then bits and pieces, slowly, in the next 23 years, it came. So that is the status of Al-Quran. And why hadith? In a hadith, in Bukhari, narrated by Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu anha, Aisha said that our Rasul sallallahu, every time I look at Rasul sallallahu, he was a walking Al-Quran. Rasul sallallahu is the walking Quran. And Rasul sallallahu is surrounded by, at that time, who is surrounded by? He's surrounded by Abu Bakr, Umar ibn al-Khattab, Usman ibn Affan, Ali ibn Abu Talib, Abu Ubaid Amir ibn al-Jarrah, Sa'd ibn Muad, Muad ibn Jabr, Abdul Rahman ibn Auf, Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, Sa'id bin Zaid, the great companions of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are, Rasul sallallahu is surrounded by them. Abu Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman, then Abu Hurairah, Anas ibn Malik, Ammar ibn Yasir, all these great companions, they're all surrounding Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the walking Quran. And Abu Bakr and Usman, who they were? They were walking hadith. Each and every one, they are witnessing our Prophet, how he is eating, how he is praying his salah, how he is interacting with the people. So all these companions, they are all of them is walking hadith. So do they need the question, Bukhari and Sahih Muslim? No, they do not need at that time, because they are seeing Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam in front of them. So in course of the time passed away, the number of Muslims increased, and the land expanded also. And many years gone by, then the concept of not Khulafa, then the concept of the king's king. And when you have a king, the king have surrounded by a lot of people. That at that time, they were talking, they almost starting fabricating the hadith. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala caused Imam Bukhari to rise and collect all the hadith. And that is why we have, alhamdulillah, Sahih al-Bukhari. And that is why we have Sunan Abi Dawud. That is why we have Sahih Muslim. That is, we have Ibn Taymiyyah. In the book of Ahmed, all these books we have, so we study them, and then we study Al-Quran. And then our spirit goes high, inshallah. كل قولي هذا استغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم.